Okay. Okay. This is gonna be our Krittika Astro chat. Shout out to OBS. Shout out to Threads for reminding me about OBS. Totally forgot about all that. Shout out to Venus through Meta, whatever. Okay. So here are Dr. Arjun Pai's notes on Krittika Nakshatra. I just jotted them down. I don't know who wasn't too lazy to do that, but I know I wasn't too lazy to. Well, I guess I do know that. So I'm gonna compare like these notes about Krittika, these key themes, all this symbol stuff or whatever, and then I'm gonna compare it to all of my specific words that I wrote on the padas for Krittika, and then with the rest of the notes that I have for the nakshatra. And then I think that'll be a good YouTube video. And then I think this will be good because it'll be like I feel like they're pretty good. This is like a pretty good like format for these Astro chats. Also, I can do also because I'm planning on with the planets as above and so below. With the planets, I'm thinking. Because I was planning, because now that I'm done with my boosts and rolls for the year, I was thinking of doing maybe once every 9 days or something like that, or maybe I don't know, maybe more often than that. I don't know, depending on. I just wish I don't know, because I think low key I could make money doing these transit videos with the nakshatras and stuff, because I think it's good stuff. I think. Because the plot, because there's always because there's so many heroes journeys going on at the same time, so transits are always good. Transits are always good. It's kind of like being an engineer. It's like always in demand, especially Virgos, because sixth house connection. Okay. Adulterous nature and illicit affairs, eating habits, digestion and cooking, surrogacy and foster parenting, illegitimate and abandoned children. Okay. Because hopefully, if you're a subscriber, I don't know, have you heard these words? Probably. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, sidereally through tropically. Burn, fire, acute, instruments, sharp, war. Okay. Here's what I'll do. Because you can read that. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna read my stuff, and then I'm gonna because I wasn't looking right at these when but my subconscious mind, I had these in my subconscious mind while I was writing all of these Krittika Padas words down. So I might just what I might just do is just because again, these are, by the way, these are Dr. Arjun Pai's. These are if you look up stellar programming notes. If you look up his stellar programming notes, I made sure to write down all of the stellar programming notes for. I think I did it for every single nakshatra. So make sure to subscribe to Dr. Arjun, Arjun Pai, the Pai Team Astrology. Make sure to subscribe to Pai Team Astrology. Let's go to okay. Expansive self-obedience, intellectual self-generosity, self-conceptually refining meditation. Ganesha's hint was metabolizes or generosity, I think generosity. We could double check that. It was either metabolizes or generosity. I can't remember if my word was metabolizes or either way. Expansive self-obedience, intellectual self-generosity, self-conceptually refining meditation. Right, that's what this is, first of all. Dope. W. Happy. You're right. Taurus, because of Taurus energy. Taurian energy is happy and content, because it's the dance between comfort and challenge. That's the best way to balance shadows. Expansive self-obedience. Adulterous nature and illicit affairs. Eating habits. Expansive self-obedience. Krittika natives have a high high food. What do you call it when you eat a lot of food? They have a high, a lot of desire. I think Krittika gives one a lot of desire, and ambition too. Expansive self-obedience, intellectual self-generosity, self-conceptionally refining meditation. Digestion too, because if you think about the process of like eating meat, the Krittika natives are big meat eaters. That's why I think they ChatGPT gave Luffy a freaking Krittika placement. Probably Venus and Krittika or whatever, but because after you the worms digest and then it becomes the fertilizer or whatever, right? You know what I mean? So it's like it's a self-conceptionally refining meditation. I think that because Krittika is a sun-ruled nakshatra, because the sun is the key to like having outside. It has because we need it because otherwise the ecosystem wouldn't have like an like an external source of like new information. I think because the sun is always in a different point in its life cycle. That's why I think Krittika has such an important connection to Sagittarius. And that's why I think there's a freaking black hole. Apparently there's a black hole in Sagittarius right now. Whatever that's supposed to mean. Tell me it did. Yeah. Yes, W Locket. W Pinterest. Mars. Okay. Oh, a Mars connection. Okay, Krittika. Because, okay. Krittika has to do with the Pleiades and the Seven Sisters. So the Seven Sisters are the 7 planets, and essentially, because it's Taurus, right? So it's the Taur. So the 7 Sisters, the planets themselves, have to teach you the hero in the hero's journey about astrology. So that's what this is. So eventually, the hero becomes one of the 7 Sisters. Not true, I don't know. Indra. But that's why there's a bunch of adulterous nature and illicit affairs, and it's because of the desires. I think a lot of desires. Ambitious. Right? How many times? Yeah, ambitious. Wealth, gold, and so Krittika Nakshatra, secrets of Krittika Nakshatra, sun-ruled Nakshatra too. They emit a lot of aura. I don't know if that, I think specifically sun in Krittika especially, but I think any planet in Krittika gives you, or maybe any placement actually. I don't know. It depends. Oh, I think so. I've noticed this. I've noticed this. Indra, Mr. Dignified. Right. And also with these words, you could probably literally even see, as I'm saying these words, the expansive self-obedience. There is expansive self-obedience, because it's all connected, but it's, I don't know. If you, as above, so below, should really carry your astrological journey because, okay, well, the 7 Sisters, well, I'm the 8th, this is the brother, one brother or whatever. It's more like Mars. Indra's closer to Mars. He's closer to Mars and Jupiter and Saturn. But he knows Indrani's Jupiter whole time. Regarding less, second pada. I could also look up on Ganesh Speaks or whatever what he put for the hint or whatever. But I know I read it whenever I do my Indrastity. Still. Okay, wonder actively establishing idealistic reformation. Wonder actively disputes establishing idealistic reformation. Escalators. Information digestion. Wonder actively establishing. This is critical thinking. Rahu and Krittika is crazy. Critical. Compulsive. Commander. Because it's about wondering actively. It's not so much of a passive acting. It's it's a very is active here. Is active in here. Burn fire. Compulsive, aggressive, persistent, actively establishing idealistic reformation. It's because they want a reformation, and pretty bad though. Promotional excitement captivates all. Famous, highly esteemed, dignified. Mantra, information. War, funny enough. It's a total plot. It's a total plot. War is just a plot. Don't get don't get too lost in the tour. Change. Persistent. Penetrating. Escalators. What's the difference between change here and change over time? I guess we'll figure that out over time. Okay. Ashwini Stiti. Pot of 3. Oh, wait. Let's see. Zodiac sign Aries, Taurus. Here's what I was going to do. I was going to use my chart as an example. Hold up. Okay, because if we go to, and I use AstroSeek because it's free, and I think it's got everything you need, except for like custom divisional charts like D18 or like D360 or something. But okay, Krittika can go all the way to Gemini. Some people say Moon is exalted in Gemini, but either way, you should Taurus still. So yeah, I put it all the way, but that's with tropical zodiac. But you can get these wherever you want because you can actually set custom degrees, and that's the best part of nakshatras. But I was gonna go back to the normal way I do them. So the first pada, the way I wrote these padas and how it's based off of. This is how it works. Okay, with the padas. So first pada gets shout out to Eve Tava. Eve Tava, everything you need. Okay, so the fourth pada is Libra. Third is Virgo. Well, ostensibly, you could say they shift or whatever. I've noticed these get shifted. This can get shifted anywhere from 24 degrees to 23 degrees because it's literally the planets shifting it. It's the stars themselves. So what I do is, ephemeris charts, whatever. You've never, whatever. If I haven't dug deep into the ephemeris charts, how many? Only Capricorns. Only the Capricorns and the Virgos, whatever. Only the ones who wrote them. That's what I think. Most of the time. Maybe some really curious people. I don't know. Okay, either way. Okay. 7, 6, 5, 4. Okay, so pot of 1, Cancer. Pot of 2, Leo. Pot of 3, Virgo. Pot of 4, Libra. So first pot of Krittika is Taurus colored by Cancer, tropically, but it also incorporates sidereal because they're sidereal in nature, so they actually cusp so much greatness. So you got a Namostati. This might take till I'm 40, so this might as well just be more like learning and having fun, so I can make money the fastest. I think that's how it works. Because my mom told me to get a job. That's why. And I'm super competitive, and I also like to win. I think it's because my K2's in Mula Pot of 4, whatever. Young Mula baby. Either way, back to that. So what was this about? Okay. So when they're actively establishing idealistic reformation, cooking. Promotional excitement captivates all. Indulgence, nature, and illicit affairs. This kind of stuff. It's all drama. It's all kind of part of the tour. Leo Statis 2. Pot of 2. Oh, Sun in Krittika, pot of 2. Moon in Rohini, pot of 1. Rising in. Actually, well, what if we say Mula, pot of 1 rising? Is that best? Okay. Immersion gauge measured correctly, proportionate, expansive rupture, delivering auspicious establishment. My Venus is in this pada. So I'm like, I'm like, how dialed in am I? I think I'm pretty dialed in because eating habits, digestion, and cooking. Immersion gauge measured correctly. If your immersion gauge, if you don't understand exactly what is going on with every ingredient that you're putting into the dish, Vishaka Stati, Gordon Ramsay, I think Vishaka Moon or maybe Vishaka Sun, but because Vishaka has Krittika in it with androgyny. You're not gonna understand what you're putting in your food. You understand? So you have to be very Krittika with understanding. Like to cook, you got to be very critical and understand. You have to understand the periodic table. You have to understand Moon in Krittika. Maybe you just have to. It's tough. I just have Venus. I say just, but it's specific. It does matter which planet it is. But sometimes, depending on the prediction, I'll just say, do you have blank placements? Just so I can get a better idea. And then then we can, maybe dial in on a planet or something. Immersion gauge measured correctly, proportionate, expansive rupture, delivering auspicious establishment. Penetrating, good commander. Gold wealth. Highly esteemed. That's funny, sarcastic. Proportionate, expansive rupture, delivering auspicious establishment. That's what this looks like to me, first of all. But yeah, I mean, this has made sense to me personally. I was about summing it up. I basically thought oh, Virgo connection. Oh, exactly. It's because of the connection between Leo and Virgo. That's why. I'm not gonna speak more on that. I'm not gonna speak more on mine. But yeah, maybe if you yeah, well, I don't know. Surf retrograde. Okay. Pot of 4, reciprocal involution processed willfully, zipped into manifested comfort. Oh wait, first reciprocal involution processed willfully. Reciprocal involution, instruments. Reciprocal involution processed willfully. Compulsive. Willfully, not willingly, like willfully. Like it just is fire. It just is. Reciprocal, and then Libra. Air, happy, addictive, nitrogen connection. Yes. Gemini, he goes into the third house, fourth pada, goes into the third house of communication. You communicate with others, usually 7th house Libra. Zipped into manifested comfort. Pot of 4, Gemini. Right. I think it's because Ardra goes from Ardra retrograde. I might be smoking crack, but zipped into manifested comfort. Oh, the sun. It's like the dot in the sun. Zipped into manifested comfort. It's because Shadabisha connection, the gracious deity gates us. Pleiades, 7 sisters. Zipped into manifested comfort. 7, it's more like a zipper. It's odd. Zipped into manifested comfort. Music. Addictive. Happy. Compulsive. Zipped into manifested comfort. Healthy though. Aura. Tanisha has critic in it for a reason. So with Agni, there's a connection to Indra, who is the commander of the celestial godly forces. Interesting. And also a connection with Varuna. I'm about to know even more stati. The nice thing is there's Pi videos coming out at the same time. It's because I think until my Saturn return, I think we can just keep doing teamwork makes the dream work or whatever. Ostensibly, well, like I'm. The illusion of me not being carried by my guru at any given time. Right, because that's the only way to take responsibility. So either have to take credit at some point and then take responsibility. I don't know what they want me to do. Well, maybe it's more about what I want to do. I don't know. Okay, the way I take my notes. So I have words on the. So I have like kind of. I kind of write the motifs. Shout out to Hallie. I write the motifs kind of how I want the bar on the left side, just in this one zone. It's kind of like Cornell notes, but like I don't use extra space. I just use the red line that it gives me. So I'll read like the little motifs that I give. That I have yet to take more notes on it because the infinite tour is infinite, so it's infinitely enriching too. 7 tongues, south/east, heat, light. The sun, I wrote the sun, the symbol, and then Venus symbol. Kama, which is going after your desires. Rajas, which is like survival, basically. Survival programming. Priest, downward facing nakshatra. Downward facing nakshatras. I literally, with the facing nakshatras, the only way I use it is as a subconscious, literal, like, programming meditation, where I literally just think of facing downwards. Thinking forwards and thinking up. I don't know every downward facing nakshatra and every forward facing nakshatra and every upward facing nakshatra, but I think I know most of mine. Like, Mriga and Jeshta are forward facing, but honestly, before I reread this, I would never really. Would I have remembered Krittika as a downward facing? Maybe. Bharani's downward facing. Either way. Okay. Raha's priest cast or whatever job. They say that. No, they don't. And then down, and then Vulcan connection, because from Gemini to Sagittarius. Yes. And for because on a lot of charts, Gemini is from bottom left to the top right. Oh, and I actually wrote, because like I wrote first, I wrote down some like general ideas about each pada, and then I kind of combined them into those lines that I say in my boosts and my rolls. But okay, let's talk about like, so here's the like kind of fundamental breakdown of what I got those from. Okay, so I started out with the core ideas, which is either metabolizes or generosity, and then I kept going with willpower, strength, stamina, exploratory, militant, procedural, and then from there, adding the signs and the like with the planet signs, adding the planets and the signs, and like the going into the D9, I got expansive self-obedience, intellectual self, generosity, self-conceptually refining meditation, because it's because astrology. If you Taurus, you'll find out Mars has to do with logical processes, like math and stuff, because it's not like it's not like a right brain thing, right? If I'm remembering left and right brain, right? It's literally just is this way or whatever. I mean, if you like, that's why calculators are just like, it's a Martian thing. So the astrology, that's why it's like I'd rather be an entertainer either way. It's because none of my ego, because my son's in the third house, none of my ego can be through astrology, because it just is fact. Like this stuff, it just is. I don't know. It's pretty self-evident, so it's not like I'm doing anything. But when I play 2K and I get a green, I feel like I got that green. You know what I mean? Regarding even less. Okay, so for pada 1, I said, okay, metabolizes, generosity, willpower, strength, stamina, exploratory, militant. Oh, I might have to talk louder because of the frequencies. Okay, pada 2, convergence, material, ethic, materially enrich through manifestation, finished physically. Oh, finished physicality. Leo. Oh, because, okay, right. So the reason why Eve says you might be a Cancer in this life and a Leo in the next life. Finish. So second pada, Leo. Finished physicality. It's the final. It's the monad. The demiurge is the monad. It's kind of, there's a Pisces connection there too. I think sidereal there might be Pisces. Yeah, but that's in pada 4. Yeah, that's why you got to tour the quantum. They're super quantum. You have to be deep into diconsiderology, I think. Well, have to. Sagatorum. Sagittarius, Scorpio, cusp greatness regardless. Gananta moment. That's why it's such a Gandanta point. That makes so much sense. Yeah, Diagnostic. Okay, third pada, interpretation, humanitarian, compassionate generation, verification, knowledge accumulation. Virgo. The dissemination of knowledge, humanitarian, compassionate generation, immutable earth, generational wealth, generation verification, emerging gauge measured correctly. Where's like the proportion? Hold up. I'm looking for, I think it's the razor, maybe. Healthy, pure, sharp, critical. Maybe that's just what I'm thinking. Critical. Knowledge accumulation. Famous, highly esteemed, dignified, persistent. Fourth pada, dedication, manifested. And the humanitarian, surrogacy and foster parenting, compassionate generation, verification, knowledge accumulation. Right. Cooking. Dedication, manifestation, comfortability, consciousness, preferable environmental definitions. Preferable environmental definition. This is, I think it was when I kind of just started cooking. Preferable environmental definition. Oh, stubborn, critical, sharp, penetrating, commander, famous, highly esteemed, dignified, strong. Preferable environmental definitions. It's about belief systems. It's about a belief system. Libra. Yeah, make sure to D9 Stiti. Make sure to D9 Stiti. I'm interested in what nakshatras are in the Krittika Nakshatra placement or whatever. Cool. Okay. So, okay. The motifs. Motif is Agni, participates in all rituals, the catalyst, intellect, power, and energies. The motif Aries, Yang, fire, Cardinal, Capricorn, opinionated, extreme outbursts, quelled quickly, confident. Taurus is the motif, fixed earth, Yang, Pisces, food, attractive appearance, unshakable determination, bold. Sun is the motif, Sun, dramatic, nourishing, harshly, consciousness, metabolism, Taurus, self-motivated, creative. Jupiter, we actually can skip all that. Okay, Kartikaya, preparation, fertility issues, colloquiality. Okay, it's like it's a small world. Krittika has to do with it's a small world after all. The Seven Sisters, fine-tuning, confident, aggressive, raging, character, tough, exterior. Aries, sidereal Aries. Interesting. Pleiades? Wait, Seven Sisters, tough exterior. Oh, but I think there's a lunar connection because these are the lunar mansions. So it's more about their sensitivity as well. It's a sun ruled nakshatra, but the nakshatras are the wives of the moon. That's the key. Pleiades, ability to acquire possessions. So the enrichment circles of the Taurus field. Astrologically, they can be. You can hide them. You can make them seem like they're not astrologic. That's what school is for. That's what I've noticed. Motherly qualities with Krittika. Cool. It's a Rahasic nakshatra. It's a Rahasic nakshatra. I think it's a Sattvic Rahasic nakshatra. It's a very Rahasic nakshatra. Out of the very Rahasic nakshatras, I think it's a Sattvic nakshatra. Anti-Doshana, is it? What do you think it is? What do I think it is? What did I think it is on my Threads account? Should I check? It's one of my favorite Thread accounts. Has the doshas in there? At least some of the doshas. I don't know. I swear the doshas. I've seen different interpretations of the doshas. So I've been trying to compare and contrast, and then I tried to see if I could have my own opinion of them. But honestly, I think these ones make a lot of sense to me. Oh, except you don't think that Bharani would be Vata? I'm not sure. Either way, yeah. Kapha, they give Krittika Kapha. I think it's because of how much digestion goes on. And the third pada to do with generation. Oh no, second pada. Second pada finished physicality. Okay. Catalytic activation though. I think it's because I think of Baryon mode in Naruto, the kernels. You know what I mean? I don't think it's the first nakshatra. I don't think it's not gonna. I'm gonna have a hard time bringing up Naruto. Well, hopefully Kuruma's gift to me from Maya was literally just telling me that I can scientifically use a baryon generator as the explanation for why Krittika is the third nakshatra, because it makes so much sense is that two kernels, the Ashwini and then the tension of Bharani, or no? Because of the lasso, I thought, or am I thinking of Varuna? I'm tripping. Namaste. I'm much more of a Shani Karka. Tell my Saturn Richard. Right. Knife, sharp cutting, sharp tongues. They're very critical. And that's good. Use your Taurus. That's good. You want to go on a good tour, not a bad tour. What did I write here? Aura. Goal-oriented and great pride in what they do. Mantra. Materialistic, Honors commitment. Mantras are good for manifesting material desires. Taurus. Taurus and then Sag because we Taurus, one of them. Smoke. Smoke follows beauty. Aries, Taurus, materialistic. Composition, peak significant purification, supportive capacity, independence, geopressure, predetermination of atmosphere. Predetermination of atmosphere. I think Krittika is really dramatic. That's funny. Of atmosphere. Surrogacy and foster parenting. Cooking. Cooking is so important, guys. Vulcan. Oh my gosh. Supportive capacity, independence, geopressure, predetermined atmosphere. Oh, the sun. Geopressure. Oh, solar power. Geopressure. Wind power. Oh, it's all the sun. It's all just digestion. It's all just one big. It's all big. It's all big. One big cell. The universe is just one big cell. It's like we're in the mitochondria or whatever. So at least sun rule nexttra. Or no. What are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to tell me, Christ, through the Saboteur? Either way. Radiation. Destructive decay, directional strength, byproduct, polarized field, manifestation, re-assimilation. I think that's going to be a big word. Manifestation, re-assimilation. Live? What is this? Free. What? Free radicals, radiation. Oh, right. Okay. Commander. Strong, aggressive, persistent, stubborn, healthy, wealth, disputes, free. That's what I'm saying. That's why Venus, Luffy definitely has Krittika placements for sure. IMO. Krittika, sharp dimensionality, push through, along will, tenacity, dignity, royal, illuminating, stylish, romantic, selfish. Self-generosity. Expansive self-obedience, intellectual self-generosity. Illicit affair. they're so strict with those key themes. Come on, guys. Rikshasha. Desireful. It's because we live on Earth, so it's about accumulated desires. It's about accumulated desires for a lot of it. The sun, because we have everything we need, so it's like, we kind of just have to do this play or whatever. You get a job right. I'm trying. Romance, love, failures. I put that in quotes. We are one. Magnetism, information seeking, polarized confidence. Or our process. Guru, Chiron, dark matter, redshift, resonance. So when I put our process, it's like if you have retrograde planets in a certain nakshatra, then that's what I put the our process thing for. So I don't know if some nakshatras have planets in their retrograde more often than not. Maybe Scorpio. Either maybe Sagittarius also regarding less. Okay, our process. Guru, Chiron. Okay, so the healer. Well, and Taurus. So Guru, so Jupiter. Seven Sisters, right? Because Jupiter was taught by the Seven Sisters, right? Exactly. Chiron, our process. Krittika, the sun. Right, Varuna. Dark matter. So the connection with Indra in Sagittarius. And then Because emptiness. So it's like infinite supply. So ambition, desire. Did we say desire? I have Venus in Krittika, so obviously I'm gonna be a little bit saying desire more every time. Let's see. Do they talk good food, attractive, compulsive, eating habits, digestion? Okay, it's not a coincidence I have Venus in Krittika. That's what I'm saying. And addictive. Let's see. Digestion. There's fire. It's fire. Cause I swear, bro, it's more about stretching your stomach. Okay, regardless. Retrogravity. I put our process and retrogravity. There's more stuff. Okay, retrogravity. There's a thin line, in my opinion, between our process and retrogravity, because the gold is created through things like the fact that time travel is like the most fundamental part of the universe. That's why all the freaking time travel narrative plots exist in all the movies. That's why it's like always there's always time travel. It's because Saturn's trying to hit you in the freaking head, bro. The god of space and time trying to tell you that he's the god of freaking space and time. Sorry, let's say Jupiter. Shiva's the god of space and time. Jupiter's the god of space. Saturn's the god of time. That makes more sense. Even though it feels more accurate to say that Saturn's the god of space time. But thin lines. Well, yeah, but then what's Indra's job? Tension. Just rain, yeah. Sorry. Yeah, whatever that fucking means. Retrogravity, vilification of a light bearer. It's why it's like where like it's the rage we get. It's like the villain, like the fact that the forest fire could ever be the villain. You know what I mean? It's like, make sure I'm one of the people who doesn't defend. Like I'm one of the people who defends the forest fire, whatever. You know, because it's awesome. I think it's all osmosis or whatever. But the vilification of the, because the guys, unfortunately, the devil is literally like the thin line between the devil and Venus is depressing. You know what I mean? So you kind of gotta focus on logos, Karaka. You gotta focus on logos, Karaka. And then you gotta be able to partition separate logos so that way your love doesn't get thrown out with the monadic nature of the universe. Because we're all connected and all that. Half-life. Ooh, half-life's in radiation. Krittika, digestion, incarnations, and vibration. Half-life's radiation, retrogravity. So think of a half-lives in backwards. It'd actually be a collection. So, radial collection. Do I put that in there? Or is that in a different? Expansive verb. Where's the radial? Am I thinking of? Maybe I'm thinking of Arjun. Expansive self-obedience. Am I tripping? Huh. Interesting. Well, I guess we'll have to keep touring them. Reciprocal involution, is that what I'm thinking of? Or am I just thinking about when I put the radiation? What's on my radiation notes? Destructive decay, directional strength, byproduct, polarized field, manifestation, interco-reassimilation. And it's all in the radiation. Interco-reassimilation. Oh, and then retrogravity, that's why, okay. Interco-reassimilation, because it's also happening backwards, right. Vilification of the light, because the devil is just lived backwards, so the vilification of the light bearer. Half-life happening backwards, a collection. So your desires are also coming at you. That's why you don't have to like, oh, just because it happened or whatever, that means it was part of my desires. Your desires are, I mean, you could partition your desires away from you and just blame your desires, but it's like, okay. Are you gonna vilify your spouse? Hopefully not. Especially if you want spouses. Just sorry. It's like one of things. Something about an escalator. Something about ambition in an escalator. Sagatorm. Either way, active physical exercise as mental maintenance. Desire perfection. Physical exercise. Okay, cute. Probably to do with eating habits. I hear that. It depends on Mars. Physical exercise as mental. Right. That's true though. Desire perfection. Exactly. Determined, persistent, stubborn. Closest critical. A lot. You should know. Look it up. Oh, I should know. I just think you should only care about that I have Venus and Krittika. No. I just want you to study this celebrity birth chart. Sure. I just don't want you to be thinking too much about the Krittika placement people that I know. Okay. Fuel. Prometheus. Friction from Earth into fire as air generates sustainable fire. Friction from Earth into fire. As air. What do you mean as air? Heat? You're talking about heat? Oh, the literal expansion. Oh, space and air. It's Vata. Okay. Well, I mean, Krittika says it's Kapha. Or at least my note said it's Kapha. What go on you? Well, I guess this is more about Prometheus. It's a retrograde motion. Friction from Earth into fire. Oh, wait. So Aries as Zeus. Because like the story of just the Prometheus is Zeus brought himself the fire, or Zeus is Prometheus bringing the fire to Earth or whatever. As air generates sustainable fire. Oh. I think this is just talking about like because okay, so it starts at Aries and then but it's like why okay if we go fire, earth, air, water, like why would we need to like why do we go through the elements 3 times? Friction from earth into fire as air generates sustainable fire. Leo. Retrograde motion. If it happened first, it happened last. Taurus full. What happened last is Aries, Loki. IMO. From a retrograde point of view, right? It's because I Taurus. Okay. And then astronomical units, pre-establishmentary standardizations, and the Fair Council. I wonder if my sister's actually come out with a book or anything. Pre-establishmentary standardizations. I hear you. Pre-establishmentary standardizations? Okay. Ambition. Pre-establishmentary. Highly esteemed. I think it's about several ups and downs. I think this is about families because I think this is in opposition to MAGA. Not in opposition, but like in contrast. Pre-establishmentary standardization, Fair Council, adoption, protect information. Interesting. Maybe this is why my notes are incomplete. I think there's just so much to learn about each one still. They're like these super deep treasure troves that like the more you dig, the more you get. So, I don't know. As good as I am at 2K, Super Smash Bros, Fortnite, basketball or whatever, I still think I'm a Sagittarius moon at the end of the day. I think Sagittarius moons are best at astrology. But not better than Scorpio moons. That's why it'd just be funny. Just do a little jig or something. Just do a little dance or a little silly jig or whatever. So for example, my Venus, Krittika part 3, what I meant when I said I would like want to see what the D9 Nakshatra is. And you can go tropical or sidereal because I think both mattered, but the tropical Lahiri. Whatever this math problem gives me, it's as above so below. So all it's a fractal. So obviously it's going to reflect the same story, but it's important. It's important. Every little aspect is important. That's why these symbols are so they're so good. They're so good because everything already happened. So they're already telling you like that's the max. That's the max. That's why Venus is wearing this little moon hat. That's why Venus is wearing this little moon hat. That's why Indra is in the sun. Regardless. Okay, either way. So D9 still look for Venus. So as far as Krittika natives go, so let's say there was 100 people in a room. All of them had Venus, or 27 people in a room. All of them with Venus in. Actually, are there 27? It might only be because you only get 4. You only get a third of them. Is there 9? So there's 9. There's people with 9 Krittika. There's 9 people in a room with Venus and Krittika. And I think it goes between from Cancer to Libra. So this is the range. This is the tropical range of, at least for my anops. So, this is the tropical range for how specifically Venus in Krittika is Purva Falguni. We'll get to Purva Falguni or whatever. It's like it's a spectrum. So on the spectrum of Kritikans in the D9 spectrum, it's a different spectrum because you can also go to D12, and you should go to D12 and D27 and D10, D3. You should do all of these for sure and more. I think they should have even more, but I'm telling you that's why I'm not so pressed about doing other people's charts, because do you think I've done most of these sidereally, and then I'm gonna have to do them again tropically. So it's like how can I expect you to love me? I gotta like, how can you expect me to tour you when I haven't even fully toured myself? That's why I figured I'd rather be an entertainer before I'm an astrologer, because I'm like, because I have Krittika placements, so I'm like, I just have really high standards for myself. But but I've been trying to be entertaining my whole life. So this should be free eats on the low. I got some good stuff. I got some good slideshows. Honestly, if you screenshotted all this, wait, hold up. That's what I can do. Krittika Nakshatra, because you should Taurus. That's why. And because it's a Mars thing. Mars and Krittika. Mars is Krittika. What you know about that? Mars is critical at Krittika. Interpreting Mars and Krittika. Like, comment below if you have Mars and Krittika. You can screenshot all these or whatever. The planets, it's the 7 sisters. The 7 sisters gave me this, so I can give you this or whatever. It's like the basics and whatnot. Make sure you screenshot this or whatever. Make sure to pirate all my content or whatever. Just make sure to go back and, give me the views or whatever. Oh, whatever. Yin. It's Twitch upskill. I'm watching my Twitch stream. My 2K stream on Twitch. Yin feminine, yang masculine. W's. Yin feminine. Oh, screenshot that. Screenshot this too. This is the sidereal. These are the sidereal navamshas. So, for instance, Krittika. So tropically, even though it goes from Cancer to it goes Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, sidereally, and it's important that it's sidereally. It's important that this is sidereal too. I learned in my tour. The first part is and I include those in all of my definitions, bare minimum subconsciously, because that's how I learned them, is sidereally. But then I wrote those definitions as I was switching to tropical. First pot is Sagittarius, second pot. So, and it's not, notice, so it's not fourth pot going into Gemini anymore, right? The nakshatras are the CEOs of cusping greatness. Okay, that's what you need to understand, because they hold in them the microcosm of the macrocosm. Very, very, very enrichingly so. It does it in a divine proportion that is enriching, and the nourishment. What did I say? Jacob nourishment. Something, because now it's all prepped for Rohini. Everything gets prepped for Rohini in Krittika in the sequential tour. Which part was I talking about? Oh, fertilization threshold met. Fertilization threshold met. And that's because sidereally we're sidereally done with a full thing. So that's how we got it. That's how we got it. Because if we look back at the chart or whatever, we've gone through multiple times by now too. And then it's so then by Libra, 7th house connection. Marriage, committed relationship, marriage partner, fertilization threshold met. It's like now you're ready for your D9 activation marriage or whatever. Yeah, I'm pretty kind of good. Either way, yeah, I think that's a pretty good astro chat. I don't know. 51 minutes. 51 minutes. Is that short? Is that long? I don't know. Maybe, guys. Maybe I said at my friend's wedding, my best friend's wedding. But literally the that I was like that medium form content was like 15 minutes. I think it's between 15 minutes, it's like between 10 minutes to an hour, or between 10 minutes to like an hour and a half. I don't know. That sounds more like medium form to me, honestly. I think an hour is like at the cusp of medium length form content, medium duration form content. I don't know. I was like, I think one of my 2K videos, or maybe a few of my videos, I was like waiting or something to rewatch. I gave them a little bit more time, and then they got more views and way more watch time. And I'm trying to figure out, because correlation doesn't equal causation, even though I toured them super thoroughly. Even though correlation doesn't equal causation, it's like should I rewatch this video right after, or should I wait a little bit? I don't know. Taurus either way, and not just the signs, but the nakshatras too. Make sure to use the planets, all 7 of the freaking sisters. Why? Because it's freaking peak, bro. It's just a whole court, bro. It's freaking peak, bro. Namostati, right? There has to be triples, otherwise all the other stuff isn't true. There has to be Tron. That's what I've noticed. Perfectly Tron, perfectly balanced. Anything else I was going to show here? This stuff. We can play around with the pie map. Shout out to the pie team. I'm not really good with it, but we can still play with it. This is the most fun way to do astrology ever. It's high level. This is like for when my Rahu and my Saturn return and stuff. It's dope. Speak astrology. This is like comp 2K. This is like pro 2K for astrology. You know what I mean? Or this is like prepping for Genesis or something. Not the literally. Yeah, nah, but literally the one thing is where the sign's at. Copy them, moving around. Planets. Maybe we can screenshot this stuff too. Because you should Taurus, because the Pleiadians. Yeah, why? Because you're Indra. Here's information about Sun and. You can just it's a logical thing. I don't think I filled all these in, but you can Google all this stuff. Okay. Sunny. Wait, was I doing somebody's birth chart interpretation? Oh, I think I was planning on doing other people's, and then I stopped because I didn't think it was a good idea, because I toured my own birth chart, and I was like, because I have 8th house. I have strong 8th house placements. That's why. All right, that's about it. Is that pretty good? Should be good. Let me know if you want me to show how I interpret my chart or whatever. I don't know. I could do the transits forever or whatever. All right. TTYL. Peace.